guys, it's Brandon coming at you with another video. I want to make this video basically an update video, what's new on the truck, and I'm also putting some HERCULINER in the bed. I took the old plastic bed liner out already and kind of got it prepped a little bit, but I'm going to do an update on the truck and give you kind of a how-to on HERCULINERing your bed of your pickup truck. Stuff is out, and got some purple power. Already rinsed it out and everything. Spray some of this. I'm gonna go get a brush so I can clean it up a little bit better, and then I can start scuffing and get that HERCULINER in there. Just bear with me, guys. There's probably going to be a little bit of cutting out in the video. It's very windy today and the pollen count is high, and for those of you that don't know what that is, it means it's going to be hell for anybody that has allergies, which I do. But just give me a minute and I will get back to you. All right, first things first, I had a very bad spot in the paint on the roof. The clear coat was completely faded and a huge spot all the way down to the base coat. So I did have the roof repainted. An aftermarket third brake light, which actually got rid of my traction control, my cruise control, so I'm gonna have to put a resistor on the third brake light and a couple other things. I'll get to that in just a minute. This is the roof now that it's painted. Looks a lot better. I don't have any kind of waxing or polished ceramic coat spray or anything like that on it yet. There's the third brake light, which is just a regular LED aftermarket one off of Amazon. Yeah, it looks a lot better than a giant hole in the clear coat on top. The next couple things, first of all, on the headlights, they were real scratched up, so I had those buffed and polished. The driver's side lens is kind of fading back a little bit, but the passenger lens still looks pretty good. But I also, in the bow tie emblem on the front, I had it painted before and a big hole kind of chipped through the paint and was showing the bear emblem on that. It's actually in one of the pictures in the intro of the videos. But I also had the grill painted black a little while back. But whenever the guys did the headlights, they kind of took the buffer over the grill and took some of the black paint off. So I will have to redo that. And the fog lights, I took the factory fog lights out and I put some 3 inch, 3 inch by 1.5 inch cubes in each one. And the next thing to get all the LEDs squared away is going to be the 6 high mod, so that whenever I turn the highs on, the fog lights stay on and the low beams with the highs. But I'll show you those couple things here. My local paint and supply store. I originally had painted this myself, and I did paint this myself as well. But the first time I painted it, I had a can of 928L, and it was base coat. And for some reason, whenever I went this time to paint my emblem and to get the paint for it, they added a clear into it so that you don't have to clear it again. And I went through probably two or three cans of paint before I realized that, because I was trying to add clear on top of it and it was having a chemical reaction and not wanting to layer up the base coat in the clear, which the base coat, I guess, had a clear in it. So then I went and got one last can and painted it. Got a little bug there, but looks a lot better than it did before. No giant hole right in the center there. And then the fog lights on the bottom are now LED cubes. And I've got it wired into the fog lights, so all I got to do is hit the button and they come on right away. And this is what I was talking about on the lenses. This one still looks pretty good. And then this one is kind of fading back to looking real scratchy again. But I'm gonna have to take and redo that. And then this is where they hit it with the buffer and kind of took a little bit of that paint off. But what I'm gonna do probably is paint this black, paint all of the outsides the same color as the truck, and then cut the inserts out and put the billet aluminum inserts in there with the little rivets around the end. Saw another truck like that and actually looked really clean, so I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, that's it for the update, but just give me a little bit. I'll get some material squared away so I can get on putting the HERCULINER in there, and I can show you the bed liner that I'm taking out of it. Yeah, just give me a minute and I'll get on it. I'll be right back. And this is a bed liner that's coming out. Just a regular plastic factory bed liner, and the tailgate cap there. And the HERCULINER is going to go in. But let's get that bed cleaned up and be back in just a minute. Alright, I got the bed cleaned out, sprayed with water, sprayed down with a degreaser. And any degreaser will work whenever you're doing this. You don't have to use Purple Power, but I just happen to be close to the store and that's what they have is Purple Power. But any degreaser is gonna do the job. You just want to be able to get any kind of mold, dirt, dust out of here so that you can get it really clean. There's a few rust spots, and what you want to do is go over it with a wire brush and spray over that with some primer, and then you're going to do the bed coating. But I'm going to let this dry, and I'll get back to the video and we'll get started on the HERCULINER. Alright, so I've been working on it for a little bit. I got all the rust spots hit with the wire brush, put some primer over the dry wet rust spots, and I done went and scuffed everything up that I'm going to be doing. I'm also doing the side rails on this. Got it pretty straight about where I want it. Taped off everything that I don't want the HERCULINER to get on. And we're about ready to start laying some of the HERCULINER. Alright, so it's the next day. I wanted to wait till it was fully dry, that way I can show you guys exactly what it looks like. And here we go. Alright, so everything is all done and dry. It's nice and solid. Bed rail caps are done, took all the tape off of it. I honestly don't really like the look of the HERCULINER on the bed rails, but I use my truck for work sometimes, so I actually really need it. And the plastic bed rail caps or the metal bed rail caps, they always start to lift up on you. The 3M tape, double-sided tape, it doesn't really work that well. But do the tailgate too. Yeah, but it looks really good. Now, one thing I do want to say is make sure you take your time and only put HERCULINER on where you want it to stay. Because if you wait too long to get it off after you see that it's on a part that you don't want it on, it's going to take a lot to get it off. Even my hands, it took a lot of rubbing alcohol to get it off. And just take your time. Make sure everything that you want it on is going to be done. And tape off anything that you don't want done. And that's very important. Makes it look a lot cleaner if you just you know, slap it on, don't tape anything off, you're gonna have zigzag lines, and it's just not gonna look anywhere near as clean. But that's all for today, and that's pretty much it. And I did forget one thing on the update part of this video, and I'll show you that right now. The Rough Country lift kit that I got comes with the Rough Country shocks. I did change those out with some Bilstein lifted shocks for a 6-inch lift, which is what I have up front. And I also got dual X-pipe exhaust, run back to 5-inch tips. So I'll give you a little cold start on that as well. Anyway guys, that is the video, and glad we're all up to date and got another video on the board. But just like and subscribe and stay tuned for the videos. I also have a giveaway coming up. It's going to be for 2 RGB color changing rock lights, or not rock lights, they're pods, 3-inch pods. And they're not the cheap ones you get off Amazon. These are the real deal, the good ones. But yeah, just stay tuned for that. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Bass, can and kick it.